Welcome back. Don't forget we are on Spotify and YouTube.
Is it?
Well, I mean, obviously we're on Apple Podcasts, but just for the people that only listen to Spotify, who are Apple haters, which is fine.
Oh, and Instagrams. Don't forget Instagrams.
Yes, we are on Instagram. Follow us at onechurch.culture. And give us a follow. Is it a follow? Follow, yeah. And like our posts and participate in our polls and questions.
Shout out to Vero, our first participant.
There you go. And if you don't have a social media account of any kind, then God bless you. Because even though if you listen to last week's podcast, is it last week's? Yeah. You will know that my hypocrisy for social media accounts, because I made one for the podcast.
And now he's on it all the time.
Now he's
He
sending
sends me
videos.
on my personal.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, go ahead and follow us. Give us a like.
Hey, what happened to
subscribe.
your adventures with Abe?
I have no idea.
You had no adventures.
I know.
Only one.
I did one, right? When
It was to Chicago, I think.
Yeah.
Posted a picture of the plane, I think, and that was your last one.
Oh, and you know what? United liked it.
What?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Long live Adventures with Abe.
So I guess if we're talking about our lives, let's go around the circle here to see what's on our minds.
That's at the end.
No, we're already in
Flood
the beginning.
report.
Let's do it in the beginning. Rib, starting with you.
What was the question?
What's on your mind?
Okay, Manuel.
My dress. It needs to be altered. And I'm
How
trying to
bad?
look. Not. It fits good. It fits. It's too long. It's hitting the floor, so I'm gonna trip and fall.
Is it supposed to hit the floor?
Not drag. Not in the front. The back, yeah. But the front, when I walk, I'm stepping on it.
Maybe you just put it on the reverse.
Maybe.
What? No, the back's long.
She's questioning life now.
Anyway.
Just turn it around.
Turn around.
Is it a two-piece or is it just one?
It's a one.
Oh.
So, if anybody knows a seamstress that gets it done in less than a month, let me know.
It's already less than a month?
Well, by the time I find one, it's going to be a month away.
You need the re.
I don't think they need a month. It's not a lot that they need to do. It fits, so I just can't gain any more weight.
It's a month away.
So stuff. But yeah, that's on my mind. That's it.
Emotional damage.
Wow.
All right, JP. Going off of that, what's on your mind?
Speaking of altered, I didn't take the suit to go get altered too.
Oh, yeah.
But I have more time though. Mine's easy. Just the pants.
Is it?
They look like I'm going to court for DUI.
The jacket fits good?
Well, yeah, just the sleeves need to get cut off a little bit.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I need to save one for the next pod. The 2 recordings that we're doing.
All right, Maddie, what's on your mind?
Besides Miguel.
It's hot outside.
It is.
That's it.
Yeah, but there's a cold front coming.
When?
Was it Tuesday?
What?
Yeah, it's gonna
It's what? It's gonna hit 90?
97.
Yeah,
Oh,
99.
Below 100.
Yeah, below 100 finally. What else you got, Manny?
His brain's not working.
Nothing. There's nothing in there. Nothing I can think
Nothing
of.
new at life. Nothing new at work, church.
Uh,
You haven't met a cello playing girl yet?
no.
Cello playing man?
Nope. Can't think of anything.
Gay.
Wow.
Right, Fudd, what's on your mind? What's the Fudd report?
It's on my mind. Well, we're attempting to record multi-track, so we're only gonna see if it works or not. There's nothing. Oh well, back to the roadcaster. But yeah, it's been a pain trying to make sure it works. So we got a what is it? A Scarlett
18920.
18920. 18920.
18i.
Oh, 18920.
That you stole.
I did not steal. It was donated. Donated.
Save it for the jury.
Oh wow. It was donated.
We're gonna let the jury decide.
No, I gave them the option to keep it, but they just had to tell me what it does.
Well.
They didn't tell me.
And what they say.
They just like, oh no, we're good.
Jeopardy music.
Literally Jeopardy music.
I have no Jeopardy music saved.
What do you mean, Guitar Center? Does someone like you can have it?
No. At the old cult we were at. We bought that to stereo out the stems for the multi-tracks,
We never used them.
but we never used it. So I was taking it with me, and the pastor was like, "What's that? Did we use it here?" I'm like, "You had it here, but if you could tell me what it is, I'll let y'all keep it." Didn't tell me what it was, so I'm like, "Okay, cool, I'm taking it."
And then we rescued the Mac Mini.
The Mac Mini is back to its home.
Scratches, but
In the AC.
it's back.
It's back. Bro, that thing got beat up, man. I
It's
feel
not
bad for it.
It's not overheated.
You see, the front was chipped.
Yeah, right there. Whoa.
Were y'all not there or what? Keep it an eye. I thought y'all were there.
We weren't there for some Wednesdays and all Fridays, but back.
But
It's-
now it's part of the Church Culture Ministries. If anybody wants to donate to Church Culture Ministries,
you should put the links
Donations
down below.
yeah, go ahead and
Your
send us
Cash
an
App.
email. I'll give you my Zelle so you can send
Or
it to
Cash
Church
App.
Culture. We might even be tax deductible, so
You're working on that or what?
What?
yeah,
Keep
go
up,
ahead
Daniel.
and
Keep up.
submit your tithe and offerings to our ministry. Forget Hagee Ministries; he has enough money.
Forget Osteen, Hagee.
Yeah, go ahead and invest and give your tithe to something that gives you something to think about. Actually, gives you real world scenarios and advice.
Something that doesn't sugarcoat the gospel.
Exactly. Who needs that, anyways?
That's what
Sugar
the
is
world-
bad.
Oh wow. Diabetes.
Anyways, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. But I'll turn it to JP for the first topic.
All right, the topic for the first one today is. You have a drum roll?
No,
What do you have on it?
nothing basically.
Why?
This is why we need people's tithes
Why?
Yeah, this is why we need
to get a better soundboard.
exactly.
Well, tracking number. Oh, why did
Wow.
I say tracking number? Amazon says it.
Wow.
Topic for today. Drum roll.
No.
Setting boundaries in the church.
Ooh.
I think that's a little interesting because we go to church and we're not pressured, but we're encouraged to serve. And when we serve, well, some people get in a position when the pastor or somebody goes up, "Hey, can you come?" For example, we have VBS next week. Can you come help out? How do you say no nicely without offending the church? Or how to get out of that mentality that if you say no, you're going to offend God in the church.
You say no in Spanish.
No, en español.
It's hard. I don't think I've ever said no.
But that's bad because
I know.
I guess my example is that because I pretty much never said no when I was at Abundant Life. I mean, I did everything.
I've only said no recently in the cult, in the carpa, right?
Yeah.
Because I just didn't want to be there 5 days a week.
Yeah, it's a lot. Knowing what the work is.
Yeah, and this one
'Cause
because it was outside.
See, because it's easy for them to ask you because you've been doing it day in and day out, but they don't know what it actually is to do that job. And if you're the only person doing it, it's gonna be really hard, especially if you don't have any help. So yeah, of course you want to help out, but also you know what it is to do it, and and if you have like other things that's going on, like for y'all's the wedding and other things y'all want to do, because y'all don't want to spend Monday through Sunday at church. You know,
Yeah.
I made that mistake. What do you think, Manny?
It depends if you love it.
No, I mean, you
but I'm not
clearly love it, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
you
doing
love it, but I understand too.
What's your
Sometimes you
limit?
can't always be there too.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
I'm not
but
saying
we know you can't always be there, but how do you put your foot down to the church? Like
Without them being all, how questioning your commitment.
that, or some people are afraid to say no because they feel like if they say no, one, they're gonna offend the pastor, or two, they're gonna go against God and God's gonna punish them for saying no. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people with the mentality, es para Dios, that it's for God, so I have to, regardless. You know, I can have an important family function going on, but there's this random service that they came up with a day ago. It's for God, I have to go. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how do you keep your personal life separate from the church without I
by a 2-letter word.
No.
No puedo.
because an old worship leader, when he just started, he wasn't there very long at the church there on Buena Vista. He came in with this idea that people should obviously go to church, right? But their life shouldn't be church. They should attend it and be the church outside the four walls, but their life shouldn't be consumed by Monday practice, Tuesday this, Wednesday church, Thursday prayer, Friday this, you know? So how do you really put your foot down against that? And I know you said it's a 2-letter word, no, but a lot of people are scared to say no.
I think it just depends, because there's some people too that never do anything. Like there's people that you probably want to rely on and you feel bad because you can never rely on them. But if they're always there and you got to take a day off, I think they shouldn't tell you anything. I don't know.
Yeah, but it isn't. Yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
And it isn't until you say no that they're gonna keep on using you.
Well,
Because-
it just depends who it is, I guess.
Well, I mean, because like you said, if there's other people who aren't reliable and they're gonna tell you no, either because they don't want to or they're doing something else. But if you keep saying yes, they look at you as someone who they can depend on, and they're gonna keep on asking you. But I think they still ask you because they can't tell you, oh, you need to be here. Once they tell you need to be here, that's when it's going too far. If they still ask you at least I think that's at least giving you like a choice.
Yeah, because you never know. Maybe they want to come. What happens if they wanted to come if you didn't? You can easily just say no.
Yeah. But then it goes back to how you, I guess, perceive it or feel about it. Like, do they, I guess if you take a look at other people who have said no, like what do they say about them, or do they guilt trip people to going? Like, hey, like y'all, right?
We know someone.
Question your commitment, right?
Yeah, but we put our foot down there. We did.
But because I think that comes out of experience.
Yes.
But if you're somebody new who
new to
just wants to
church,
serve and
Yeah.
is excited about it, which I think is great. But I think if you say yes to everything, you're just gonna get tired out, and you're gonna have resentment for the church and the ministry because
like someone we know.
because you think that they're just telling you.
Ooh.
And
Oh no.
Ooh.
You.
wait, what did I say?
Like you're
You're preaching about yourself. You didn't even know it.
literally like you have resentment, or you have like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
No, not resentment anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore because I know what it is. I know the time I have to put into it.
It depends also where you're at. Not everywhere is like that. You plain like saying all men are the same, or all women are the same, all churches are the same. Like,
Well,
not
no,
everyone's like
no,
that.
yeah, it depends too, because if a church is big enough to like rotate people out,
yeah,
then that's great. But if you're in a small church where it's just y'all, then dang, that sucks because it's
Well, maybe that's a good reason to start getting other people to get maybe like start have like a little word training or something.
yeah, but you can only go so far because you can't force people to learn something that
No.
maybe they don't want to do.
Well, yeah, well
Mhm.
that's what you ask them if they want to. You tell them, you
No,
know,
but then like I guess in y'all's experience, right? The people at the church,
They didn't want to learn. No one stepped up.
well, also it sucks because you kind of want to get someone who has at least started learning, and you can just
Who
like
likes it?
fill in the gaps, whatever. But most of the people that I've seen volunteer is because they want to learn from scratch, and it's you can't do that because that's more time. So you have to teach them, then practice, and the like those two things are too much because you maybe just have time to go for rehearsal and not necessarily to teach people.
well the only way I did it when they asked me the kids, I just kind of gave them the notes, and you find out if they really want to learn when they do it at home.
Yeah, that's true.
Because most of the time, I just kind of directed them. Oh, look, these are notes. Try to learn these. Like learn this G, learn C, learn D,
Yeah,
and then they came back and they
Yeah.
started just doing that. I think
that's how you weed people out, right? To see if
yeah, you can kind
who
of
the-
tell because if they really want to learn, because I don't think in the beginning there's nothing that you can do when they're in the beginning that you can teach them
yeah,
because they're just gonna be stuck on one note,
yeah,
learning one or two notes. So the thing is, you kind of explain it to them, and you tell them for this whole week, learn this note or learn these two notes.
right.
Then next week I'll give you another two
Yeah,
notes.
like go back and forth with them.
Yeah,
See if you can switch in between them as fast as you can. Keep learning from the bottom, like really slow until you push all the strings either on the strings or the piano.
yeah,
Strings of the piano.
Strings
What
or
piano
the
do you
piano.
play with?
yeah. Or like if you're playing the guitar, I would always say learn these two notes, but make sure when you strum it, you can hear every single note clearly.
Right.
And then just go kind of from there.
And we're gonna get into that topic of what makes a musician in another pod, but I guess for this one, it's tough to really, like I said before, you the reason you say no now is because you've had experience never saying no. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think it messes with your day to day so much that you hate to say no, but you have to one day say no, and then it's gonna be tough for leadership to kind of like take you serious or something, or maybe they think you're just they'll question your commitment, right? Because they say, "Oh, well, I mean, you've been
You didn't
doing
come
it.
this last
You've been
Wednesday.
doing it all this time. Like, what's going on? Is something going on in your life?" So they start questioning you.
Are you doing brujeria?
Yeah, like what's going on with you? Like what changed? Are you backsliding? That's a good one that they like to.
Mhm.
Like I said, yeah, I have really different experiences that I ever had. I felt like I was probably the one doing that to people. Like I felt like I did that to. I say because I feel bad to Elias.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Because we'll practice a lot. He didn't probably have time because, he was already work. He was already older and this and that.
yeah.
I feel like I did the same thing to him. You know what I mean? So that's why sometimes I don't like to be, because you know what I mean? Because I think we go through that. I didn't know that either, but until I learned you get older and you understand. You got other things you got to do. And when we're younger, I feel like I take it out of him. Oh well, you're never here, never practicing, not understanding. Their situation and stuff like that.
Yeah, and but that's you. You realize that I guess now, right? Because at the time, it's
Yeah.
like, why doesn't he do? But some people never come to that realization, and they just still hound people and criticize them and question their commitment because they're not serving the way they should, I guess, or as often as they should.
I think I even apologized, and if I don't remember, well, if he ever hears this, well, there's an apology again. Because I feel like you I don't know, you're young and I think you're dumb. You think you
Yes.
think you know it all.
Mhm.
You forget there's life. So it makes me feel bad. You know, because I remember seeing him, and I don't know, it just makes you feel bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're older, you understand how life is. You know?
But I think for him, he chose right. He chose to be more focused on his family. So he had to say no. He had to not show up whenever we wanted to practice or whatever.
Yeah, or maybe that was his thing. Maybe that's why he couldn't have the time to practice much. But maybe that's the reason he showed us.
Yeah.
Maybe I should give him more of a benefit of the doubt. He's the one that showed us. Just give him a little leeway. You know what I mean? He has to work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But you know, I didn't give him that. We didn't, you know, say we. I mean, I didn't give him the opportunity. But like I said, you're dumb and you're young. You think you know it all. Well, we don't.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, it's different for every church because even at Abundant Life, there was a time where they told us, well, if you don't come to practice, you don't play Sundays. So I'm like, well, I mean, what if someone has class or has to work or, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, if you don't come, you don't play.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but it kind of lets you know that they're strict on that because they just want you to be there.
Yeah.
They don't really care what you have going on. Right?
I mean, I think that's a good thing too, because what if, like, why do you want someone that's not like, they'll basically tell you, hey, if you want to be in the worship team or whatever team, you have to come. Like, that's a commitment. So you know that beforehand. So I don't think it's a good and bad thing, I think.
Yeah, but when is it too much?
I think it becomes too much when they don't work with you. Like in your case, if you
Right.
can't come to practice Thursday, you can't play Sunday. Oh, but I have class Thursdays nights. All right, we'll work something out. You know what I mean? But if they're like, oh, well, you know, then
Well, how can you work that out?
Easy. You give him the notes. You give him the list. Like this is how the style we're gonna play it. And if it's a acoustic, usually sometimes if you're not gonna do a solo, he's just blending in.
Playing
Now
the
if he's like
rhythm?
now if he's playing like something major lead, I think it makes it a little bit harder. 'Cause you kind of, or if you're the drummer, you kind of want to gel with them.
Yeah.
I think it just depends how it is, or you just work it out. Like
Yeah.
I said, look
and
at
then, and see how they play, if they actually practice.
But there has to be something in the background where y'all work it out. But if you just blanket steam and say, if you don't come to practice, you don't play.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
Like, have a conversation first. Hey, I got a class, but I still can practice every day, you know? Like, prove yourself, kind of.
And for the most part, right? I guess excluding your situation, most of the people who tell you that are people who are employed at the church, and so they don't realize, or they keep forgetting somehow, that we're just volunteers.
lives.
Like, this isn't our job. We come from our job to this,
yeah.
and for them, this is their job.
Mm-hmm.
They wait all day until you show up, and then boss you around.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happened right
maybe
now.
it's exaggerated, right? But
No, it's
I mean, that's
true.
how it is. Like, this is their job, and then we come from our job to do that.
Like the paid sound people. They expect too much.
Yeah. Exactly.
Who?
Paid sound people?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I like when worship leaders aren't paid, because then they get it.
Well,
Not like, but they relate more to you. Like, hey, you know, I work too.
it
Like,
depends,
they're
it
more
depends on the
understanding.
capacity of what they're doing.
No, but they're more understanding. Like Sandra. She's like a perfect example for everything. Hi, Sandra.
Wow.
But she
cutting
works.
that out.
She has a full-time job, and she still manages this team that she's been on for like 10 years already. She's been the leader. And why has she, like, you have to, like, not question, but see how is it working for her? How has she lasted so long? It's because she's passionate about it.
But probably more than that, she's understanding of people's situations.
As well.
I
And
think it's
she's-
different too, right? Isn't there a difference between like a big church and a small church?
I mean,
Yeah.
in a bigger church, I'm sure they have
Paid or
paid
some
that,
sort of compensation.
that too, and more people willing to do that job that you can't do, or that position that you can't do. You're more replaceable at a bigger church.
But shouldn't that make it easier? Because now you have groups. You can have groups like that. Not everybody has to. You know, overworking everybody. Well, it depends. If you're big enough church and you're paying everybody, or you're just a big church but you have volunteers, so you kind of rotate them. Wouldn't that be like a better idea?
Yeah.
It would be, but like in your case, a small church, you really don't have that many people to rotate, you know, or a rotation at all. I'm assuming.
What? Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between the big church and the little church. The little church, well, yeah, you can't get away with that, but
Why can't you?
What?
Like
rotate?
in no, not rotate, but in a big church, let's say Abraham goes up to worship leader Cornerstone. Hey, I can't come to practice. I have, you know, this IT whatever going on. Oh, okay, cool. You know, come back when you're ready. But goes to a little church. Hey, I can't come because of this. Oh, you're not committed, or you can't play anymore on Sundays,
What-
or disciplina.
Well, it just depends what small church you go to. It's not. Apparently, yeah, I've been going to a lot of places that do that, I guess, but not everybody out there is like that.
Are
Yeah.
you sure of that? Because
That I think.
you're very limited on your church
Yeah.
experience to one.
Well, yeah.
Don't, that's not even a burn. Stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah,
kidding.
but at the end of the day, it's just like that one girl that goes with the same guys, and she's like, "All men are the same." Well, you've been picking the same guys.
True.
You're expecting a different result, yet that kind of church is kind of what you're going for. You never go to something else. You're thinking they're all the same.
Side note on that, I think it's all Hispanic churches are the same.
Yes.
The whole cult mentality, the whole commitment is 100%. The whole disciplina.
Is that how it is there? Since it's a Hispanic, is he true?
Like the
No.
whole. Basically, the whole
guess it-
religious. You can only wear this. If you wear this, it's considered a sin. If you wear this on the
It
altar,
used to be like that.
Yeah,
Remember?
well, it's not a sin. I think now it's just like mostly just be dress decent or whatever, or dress if you're gonna participate, just dress. I don't know. It's not like
But it used to be like that with Theo Elias.
yeah.
He was more strict.
Yeah, he
That,
was more
yes.
stricter.
Yes, with clothing and your hair. What did he give someone? Like $10 to go cut his hair.
Cut his hair, yeah.
Well, $5 is it was before
Oh, it was
inflation.
cheaper. Yeah.
Before inflation.
And he
Mhm.
got mad that I cut my hair.
Wow, it was too short.
Yeah, but I think I don't think it's all Hispanic churches, but I think the majority of what we've been seeing, because we only go to majority Latino Hispanic
Bilingual,
churches.
whatever. Yeah.
That's where we see it the most. I haven't been in the back rooms of Westover, but I assume it may be like that or not. I don't know. But definitely the Hispanic churches are very strict. They're very proud, prideful. They're very prideful of their whatever it is, whatever ministry it is.
and they each think that their ministry is the one that's gonna save the entire world with their message.
Yeah.
What's that scripture?
Yeah, if you don't come to practice, then nobody gets saved.
Exactly.
So
But what do we say to? Well, I guess we can talk about it in the next one. But like someone eager in the church, you know, they just got saved. They done their growth track classes that most modern churches are doing. You know, they're eager to serve, so they're gonna say yes to everything. What do we say to them? Like, chill out, don't say yes to everything, or gauge yourself. What?
I think you should gauge yourself right now. In our new, FYI, we're at a new church, guys.
Woo.
And I think since he hasn't really started, they told him that he needs to do growth classes. And I probably need to do them too, but they haven't. I'll just do them with him, so you won't be alone.
is it a fancy church?
Did you say skill classes?
No, I already got those. You need those though.
No,
Growth.
oh, grow.
Hey, do the emotional damage.
You already said
Emotional damage.
I don't know.
growth classes. I've never done that. We're in a white church.
Is the pastor white?
Yeah,
Pastor Bronson. He's a cool dude.
he's cool, but you know, I'm
Oh,
thinking
I guess
now.
this is an experiment. I guess now
It
you gotta
is.
see how different it's gonna be.
So that's what I'm saying. Let's.
It is because coming from
Well, it is because they pay their sound people.
well that, but let me touch on my because I already went through this experiment.
Hispanic churches will never pay.
They
Never.
won't. But I already went through this, so I went through a cult in Houston. Everybody's heard about the cult in Houston,
Yes, we're aware.
in the Woodlands. There you go.
Oh, I don't have the cool music.
Oh, God. But
Slack. It was a sad
sad,
part of your
sad,
life.
sad part of my life, for real. But I went from a Hispanic cult
Well, now you
in the
wanna put it all-
Woodlands. I know. Hispanic cult in the Woodlands to the white church of Metanoia, because you gotta admit it's pretty white.
Metanoia?
Metanoia?
It's white. It's run like a white church. The people are Hispanic, they're homeboys, but it's run like a white church.
Explain.
Explain.
It's basically a carbon copy of LTO.
How?
The same thing, the production wise, the music, we're all running on a
But
tight
the-
ship.
Oh, the time, the
It's
schedule.
similar.
Yeah.
It is similar.
Yeah.
But the pastor's white. He's not Hispanic.
But it's the vibes.
Even the
Vibes,
building.
man, the
Even the
vibes.
building, high ceiling, like it's
Like
very similar.
so,
It is.
So to me, Metanoia was a white church, right? And it wasn't culty. It wasn't. If you
Metanoia?
until someone got there, but if you couldn't go, cool. No questions asked.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
But at a Hispanic church in the culty church in Houston, hey, I can't go. Why? Well, because of this. But why can't you go? I just told you. Well, why can't you? You know, it's para Dios. It's for God.
Yes.
But I can't. You know. But at the white church, I can't go. Okay, cool. See you next week. You know, when the first time I couldn't make it on a Sunday, I was scared to text Speedy, so I was like, "Ugh," so I just hit send.
Emotion.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Scarred.
And for real, and I text Speedy, I'm like, hey, I can't come, you know? And I made this whole, it was a legit excuse. I gave him a whole legit explanation on why. And he's like, okay, cool, no worries. See you next week. I'm like, that's it? You're not going to come to my house? You're not going to question me? You're not going
You're
to...
gonna call me?
You're not
for
gonna
the-
call me? Like,
You're getting for the whip. You're getting ready for the whip.
I know. I was getting ready for Disciplina, and I'm like, whoa, this is cool, you know?
I'm gonna skip out more often.
They don't need me.
No, literally, and that gave me the freedom to, like,
Not
Hey.
worry.
not worry. Like, if I wanted to go see my parents in Houston, hey, PD, I won't be here. Okay, cool. See you when you get back.
Like here at the tent, I really couldn't. We really couldn't do anything. Even if we were gonna go, like to Phoenix, we went to Phoenix, went to Houston, they were still after us. I'm like, what are you doing?
So yes, it's gonna be an experience for her to see the difference between a Hispanic church and a white church per se. I already been through it. I already seen it, so I know there's gonna be a difference.
But it's kind of it will be different even more because I'm obligated to be there because it's my job.
Yeah.
So, but I like what I
It's
do.
way different for you because it's a job.
Yeah. So we'll see. You know.
But it's gonna be a good contradiction, or not contradiction, but what do you call it?
Comparison.
Yeah, to see how you deal with it, and you not being paid, just being part of the team.
I think it's gonna be a lot easier for me to get. Obviously, it's gonna be easier for me, but her.
Easier for what? What do you mean?
Like, hey, I can't be there Sunday. Okay, cool.
No, I know. I mean, I need to talk to him about like, hey, if I can't be like, obviously we told him, hey, we're getting married. We won't be here 2 weeks. Like he'll do it. The pastor's not afraid. You know, he's been doing it for years. So I don't think that's the problem. It's just giving him a heads up. Obviously,
Is there anybody else there who wants to learn?
yeah, but they're kids.
I say you train them up
Yes.
so that when you're out,
I was gonna say that when you were talking, when Manny was talking about training people. I was gonna say that. That's my goal right now. I need to find people that want to do this. He doesn't want to.
Now, hold on. The thing is, He doesn't want to
Hell
either.
no.
No, like people that just are
You couldn't get
interested
me to do
in
that.
the church that already go to that church.
Yeah, yeah.
That are committed there.
That's one thing, but from the meeting we had with the pastor is that he wants someone that obviously is interested, passionate too, but has the creativity to run sound.
I don't think I have much creativity.
Like,
No, but I don't think. I think he's gonna leave the creativity for you. You just need to train a backup so that when you need to be out.
Yeah, he even told me, "Hey, yeah, I have people interested when they could be your interns and they could just do little things."
Yeah.
He even told me that. I was like, "Oh, great. Send them over."
There you go.
You know, like one every Sunday, or if it's just one or two people, rotate them. Like, hey, come in on Sunday, give them some homework, and then next time I see them, hey, what'd you think? Take notes of how it sounds. What did you, stuff like that. Like I already know what I want to do. I just got to do it.
But
yeah.
also, whenever you make a change or something, you explain why you made that change.
Yes, that's very important.
Because for the most part, I think I don't know how the soundboard is, but I would assume you saved all the settings.
No, I asked him, hey, do you save? He's like, nah, not really.
You start from the scratch every single one.
No, it just loads the same,
That's what I mean.
but I don't save it. It just loads back up. So I guess you don't have to save it.
You can probably save it.
I'll look.
I would save it just in case you want to go something crazy. Then
I do.
you find out that it's not looking good, so you can just revert back.
I do because we need to. He likes a lot of sub and muddiness,
Ugh.
and I'm gonna slowly tweak it. Slowly, not
He's gonna-
drastic,
he's
because
gonna hit it
he's gonna
podcastify.
notice. Because he's a sound guy. He knows.
Wow.
Who was the pastor?
The pastor, yeah, he's been doing the sound for a couple of years, like him.
I like bass, but I don't know about muddy.
The sub is all the way up. Like he loves it loud.
I like a clear sub. I don't know about a muddy sub.
You literally feel the sub in your chest.
I like that, but is it a clean sub or is
no.
it
It's
like
muddy.
muddy? Oh, yeah, that's not. That
I
good.
don't. It's not the loudness; it's the muddiness that bothers me. So I need to clean that up without him noticing.
If you would just EQ the kick and the two toms differently, man, that place would sound super clear, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll
Like,
do it.
remember how at Westover, when the one time when Perry was running sound, you can hear the body of the tom, but you can also hear the stick actually hitting the drum head.
Yeah.
That clickiness.
Yeah.
It's missing the clickiness. You're just hearing the body.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's all that's
Okay.
missing.
Same
It
thing with
sounds
same
good.
thing with the kick. You're just hearing the boom boom. You're not feeling the.
And it sucks that room is very
Echoing?
bouncing. Yeah.
They don't have the sound thing.
No, panels, no. But he said there's no point now because they're going to get a new building next year.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, I'm just going to wait.
Yeah.
Wait to get new in-ears and until they get the building. I was like, yeah, you're right. Because I was already going to make suggestions. But he knows what he's doing. He just needs someone to do it because he needs to be a pastor. He can't be
Yeah.
doing sound. That's his main thing. He's
And-
willing to help me when I
And
need to.
that's the thing, right? I think the pastors would be more inclined to wait to get someone who is more dedicated, and even more pay someone who's going to be dedicated to do it, instead of asking volunteers who aren't reliable.
Exactly. Because he's tried to do that before in the past and they've just messed up the board.
Yeah.
And so right now he's like, nobody touches the board except me, him, and I think even Sly, he said. But that's it. He only wants a certain number of people touching that board, which I get. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in my situation, it's kind of, I can't say no because it's my job.
Right.
But for
But in the
volunteers.
past, I've really, it's the only place I've said no was the carpa. And just back to what you said, it's from experience and having boundaries. And over there, they didn't like our boundaries. They questioned our boundaries constantly.
And if a church questions your boundaries, you run. Don't question it. The first time they're like, if you tell them no, you can't go, and they start questioning you why, time to start looking for another church.
Or get off the team.
Or yeah.
I even told him, hey, I don't mind if it comes down to it, we'll get off the team, but I'll still attend. But I'm not going to be participating. Like I was fine with that. So if that's you, if you like the church, but they're just so demanding and serving wise, then just receive. You don't gotta serve.
Yeah, because I think if you keep on going, it's just gonna be a perpetual circle, and then but if you get out, it's better because they will see, oh well, this guy didn't like how I said things, or maybe I'm pushing too hard, and that's why they step down. So let me just back off and actually appreciate what I have, and actually consider that they have lives outside of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the hope, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess not everybody's like that.
Do we have lives?
I'm trying to.
I'm trying to have a life, man. Yeah, right.
No, you don't.
I know.
You just go to your dungeon.
Well, I don't have a dungeon anymore.
You're in a
I
you're in a
guess this
weird
is
space
my-
right now.
I guess this is my dungeon.
Bud's corner.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't think I could do another serving thing with somebody incompetent.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
No, you need.
And
a
it
strong
sucks
leader.
that I can tell right away too, like the freaking the carpa.
Oh yeah. You
Like-
just went once, right? That Easter.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's the only time he went.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna be there. I saw
No,
him. I'm like,
actually,
oh, he's gonna be there.
I went twice.
You did.
Yeah, I think I went one time
For what?
where I just sat down.
Yeah, you took your
with
mom. I remember.
when mom took you the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't there. That's why.
Actually, because it was so cool.
Yeah, it was like February.
It was like
Mm-hmm.
70,
Mm-hmm.
75. Oh man, that was perfect.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna service outside like that.
I
Yeah,
can. Yeah, like that time.
Because
Yeah,
it's under the shade and you can feel the breeze. Oh, it's perfect.
it was a good day.
Yeah.
A good time.
And I was like
But-
110.
But what messed me up was that lady coming to me. She's like, ¿puedes pasar por frente? And I go, oh, no, está bien, gracias. ¿Vas a pasar o vamos a venir por ti?
Who said that?
I have no idea. It's probably the
Oh no, he had.
shofar lady. One of those people.
Yeah.
Was she short?
No, I have no idea who it is. It's
Oh.
just a lady.
Okay. No, he
Yeah, I
had.
do feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable in those situations.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when they do that.
Yeah, and I was like, okay,
You
I'm
can't
done.
force people.
I'm not coming back again, but then y'all forced me to go Easter, so that's it. So
See,
I
that's
I
another
can
sign, guys.
And he hasn't been to church since.
He does online Baptist.
Bedside Baptist.
Bedside.
It's the best.
Wow.
Church is only for fellowship, so
That should be another topic. Is not going to church.
I like going to church.
Not a
Being
sin,
there
but
is
is that
I
How
don't
long
think
can
I
you
don't think it's a
last?
sin. Oh, I'm lasting.
no, like other people, like because some people get distracted.
Well, no,
spiritually
because
speaking.
no, you only go to church because you need people to be around with. If you've been by yourself your whole life, and you've been doing things on your own, you can't trust yourself enough to do things on your own. You need someone to hold you accountable.
Mm,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
I don't think that's what the Bible said when it said, prefería estar a las puertas de la casa de mi Dios que mi. Or when
Oh.
it says, ir a
Better is one day in your house than a.
1,000 years without you.
Yeah.
And then there's the other one where it says he encourages people to go to church.
Encourages.
Yeah.
Encourages.
Yeah,
Not
but I
demand.
think it's a good thing.
But ultimately, I'm not saying you're not doing anything bad. The ultimate goal of a Christian is to make disciples. Doesn't matter if you go to church or not, right? Is that what you're saying?
Mhm.
Like, so
Yeah.
as long as you do that, that's it. As long as you spread His word, however that means to you, however you do it, you're good. No, I get it. I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Well, not just that, your people.
Oh
at
no,
work-
And your
I'm not
intention.
doing too many things.
Well, your people at work and all that, you're supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, sure, of course. But I think it's more of how people see you live out your life.
Yeah.
You can't tell people what to do and you don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole.
So I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, I go to this church, or no, I don't go to church. But I'm not. It's not that I'm not Christian.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
because
that-
it's already been tied to Christianity that you need to go to church. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to church. I'm
You
just saying for
said
me.
that literally.
No, I'm saying you shouldn't go, but I don't go. But I don't go because I hate God. I don't go because I already know what it is, the production. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I've got into, what do they call it?
Scarred.
No, not that. Um, um, man, what is that word?
Bronchitis.
We just go
Too much
away, man.
emotional damage.
Anyways,
What are you trying to say though?
no, I think I guess we'll go with scarred, but because I know how everything works, I know I can't go to church and look at it the same way as a person who's in the congregation, because I know what it goes into going to production. So I'm just like judging, not judging, but I'm just looking and seeing what they do. And for me, I can't get out of that state of mind because that's what I know to do. That's what I had been doing forever. And so it's not that I don't want to try to do or try to be in the congregation, be part of them. I just won't get out of my head thinking of everything.
But don't you do that watching online?
Sure.
Well, it's the same thing.
There you go. I'd rather stay here.
Oh, well, I would too, but
There you go.
interesting.
I'm not saying I'm like everybody. And I'm not saying people should be me.
You like that, right?
Yeah.
Explain to the people.
Oh, but except you don't want to be in the game, right?
Explain to the people what you're looking at.
It is a meme. I guess it's a football player who's in the stands looking at the field. And I guess this meme says how it feels being an engineer when visiting another church that you don't serve at.
It's true.
You should post it on the day it comes out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is what we talked about.
But yeah, that's how I feel. And I don't think I can get out of that as much as I would want to.
I get it.
So, but I think it's like the whole atmosphere too. And plus, I don't like talking to people. I got out of taking calls at work because I don't like talking to people. I genuinely don't like talking to people.
I don't like talking to people either, but
There you go.
here I am.
There you
Because
go.
I stutter. You hear me at work, I'm like stuttering my words to everybody.
I stutter too when I get
There you go.
excited or nervous.
Well, I'm always nervous because to my bosses, I'm always
Exactly. I'm exactly the same way, man.
I don't
That's
believe
why I got out of talking to people at work. And I don't want to do it anywhere else. So, yeah.
Any final thoughts on saying no?
I think you should especially if you're starting off, you should evaluate what it is, especially whatever ministry you want to go into. You should know or ask what the schedule is like.
What's expected?
Yeah, what is expected.
What
Don't go in saying, "Oh, I like to do this, so I'm gonna just join." No, get all the information you need. When they get together, do they do something else outside of this? Do you need a practice if it's like a ministry, a worship ministry, or production? Like, what's the schedule like? When do they have practice, or do they get together in other times to have like devotionals? What is your attendance supposed to be like? Do you need to be there every single day, or what is it like? What do they expect out of you?
Yeah.
So just so that you won't resent them at the end when they tell you, "Oh, we need you here, you can't go." Oh, well, what's going on? What's wrong with you? You backsliding?
Yeah, because they should know better. Like, we're not, what does that verse say? We're not judged by our works. We're not, yes, you know what I'm talking about. I'll bring it up.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. So I think you should get all the information you need to be able to make the best decision. Because also you don't want to leave people hanging after you've joined, right? So you want to make sure you can actually do it. So, but I think if you've been there already, like me, I probably would never serve again in the worship ministry. I'd probably want to do like
preacher.
No, like the video production.
Oh,
I was looking at a New Day, the live stream I'm like, man, I kind of want to just fix all that.
Well, cover.
Have like different camera angles. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, Ephesians, I found it. 2:9.
God.
Salvation is not a reward for the good things we have done, so none of us can boast about it.
Yeah, good deeds don't.
Get you saved.
What is that saying? No good deed goes unpunished.
No, that's not right.
No,
I don't think that's a verse. I think that's
no, it's a saying. I
It's a
think
FUD
Yeah.
quote.
it's a saying. It's an actual saying. But yeah, it probably doesn't apply. But
Cool.
yeah,
well, it's not for our salvation, but I think it will be used at the end when you get to heaven,
Yeah, like,
because it
don't we
says
get crowns?
yeah. Well, because some are gonna be able to be rulers, and other
Mhm.
people are just gonna be just regular folks.
Peasants.
But hey, at least you're in heaven, right? But
Hey, I don't care. Just get me up there.
yeah. I'll be in the crowd.
I'll be in the crowd. I'll serve. I don't care.
No, I don't want to.
You'd rather
Not
go to
even in
hell and burn. Go ahead.
No, I'm telling God, can I just be in the crowd, please?
Somebody save him.
that's what you say now. But when God comes and all that, you know,
Yes, man. I'm just kidding.
I know.
I don't know when you are.
He pulled out the original Bible right now.
The Quran,
scroll.
The
The-
Quran.
The
No,
Pentateuch.
I'm not saying that like hell. I'm just saying like when you were there, you know. But sometimes I feel like those other people really do deserve it, because I see like, have you ever seen on YouTube David Lynn or people that preach in the street?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're very, I don't know. I like them. Like a lot of times we need people like that. They're like the old time apostles. I feel like they for sure deserve a lot more than.
Front row seat. VIP.
But and I guess there's still people maybe below us that don't even want to do anything. You know what I mean? They've been there at churches forever and never even want to lift the finger to even pick up a paper or something. So maybe at least we're still, we're not way at the bottom.
Well, yeah, doesn't it say we're going to be surprised who we're going to see up there? Who we're
Well,
not going to see up
Well,
there?
yeah, I'm just saying.
You know?
Graham, is that you?
I'm just
You
talking.
made it? You made it?
We made it! That meme, we made it.
Well, I'm just talking about like all the
It's like-
people that made
He's
it.
like, God,
Yeah.
I need to talk to
Because-
God because I don't think you belong.
No, I know what you mean, man.
God, you brought the wrong Abraham.
The wrong FUD. There's different ones.
You wanted Black Forest, not FUD.
Wow. Wanted Lincoln.
I wonder if God's gonna have music up there, or if it's gonna be there.
Gonna be nothing but oasis.
Oh,
God.
man.
Never
I don't want to
mind.
be there.
I'm
I'll go to
rethinking
hell.
this. I'm rethinking this.
Yahweh.
Yeah.
I
way.
saw. We showed y'all. My mom and Sebas, and then went to the Oasis concert. And like, what was it? Killeen. It wasn't.
Killeen,
It didn't
Texas.
even look like a concert. I was watching videos. It was just like a regular service. Like they made it seem like a big thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like all these people coming from Texas. No, it was just a service in a small church. Which that's not bad,
Yeah.
but I just hate that
They
they hyped
overhyped
it
it.
up. They overhyped it. I'm like,
Who, the Oasis people or
Yeah.
the
no,
family?
everyone at the Carpa
Oh,
that was going, they took like a whole van of jóvenes.
for real?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's their idols.
yeah. I'm like, y'all paid all the. They paid VIP and all that. I'm like,
What? I don't even know why they have that.
They even paid for meet and greet. I'm like, I don't even know them. Like,
yeah, like what are you gonna?
don't get me wrong. I do meet and greet with like Varak or with like Christine or Ingrid. I would do meet and greet with them
Marcos.
just to
Elui.
get a chance to ask questions. But Oasis,
They're new.
Who?
What-
exactly.
Like they're no,
Oasis?
They haven't been here that long in the business.
If you search up Oasis in Apple Music, they don't come up.
Like I never
you
heard
gotta
of
put
them.
Oasis Ministry because there's another famous group, worldly group called
Oasis.
Oasis. Yeah, Oasis.
Oasis.
Oasis from a British band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably better.
Way better. They're not even Christian.
I know.
But yeah. All right, man. Any last thoughts on this?
No.
Complicated.
There you go. You should say no every time.
Just like
Okay.
that.
Rib.
That's it. No, nothing. Just don't be afraid to say no and
Well,
set
you-
your own boundaries.
Well, you can't say no anymore. Cause
No, but
Same.
but volunteer. Know your limits. Don't sign up for things and then you're like, oh crap, I gotta do something else. No. Just know your limits.
JP.
Yeah, pretty, like what you said, pretty much know your limits. And if whatever you're doing,
Set boundaries.
set boundaries. And if whatever you're doing is starting to take over your personal life, like if you can't go to your family member's event because you got to be there at a church and you have to be there, rethink it. Because at the end of the day, one, family's going to be there. Two, God's not going to question you up in heaven, hey, why did you miss that event?
Or fear of retaliation. Like, hey, fear that. Just fear. If you have fear of not being there, then that's a problem in itself.
Yeah, I think I talked about it in one of the last podcasts about how I would always say yes to Abundant Life stuff events. That I missed out on a lot of the family stuff, like spending more time with my dad and my brother, because they were always together. Because my brother wasn't going to church, so they were always just here. Just they would go out to eat and hey, we're gonna go out to eat. I want to go. I got a church thing. Jesus first.
You will be gonna stay late another service.
Right so now. But I mean that's I think that's anecdotal, right? That's not everybody, but I think there should be like I think I've been saying this forever at on the podcast where that there should be a hierarchy. It should be God, your family, then ministry. Your families doesn't have that much. It's not promised a forever life here on earth. So, but ministry is always going to be around. So, choose wisely.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for stopping by here at the Church Culture Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and tell your friends about us.
Or not.
Thanks.
Just a quick reminder again, we are on Spotify and YouTube now.
And?
But of course, we're always on it.
No. And?
Instagram.
There you go.
Follow us on Instagram.
Social media hypocrite.
Our handle is onechurch.culture. Give us a follow, like.
We respond quickly.
We receive DMs. We take them.
Abraham is taking DMs specifically.
Any freckles?
No.
Freckle Dominicans.
I'm cutting all this out. So
but no more. But no catfish.
Anyways, thank you all for stopping by, and see y'all next week.
Peace.
Later.